So it's been a long time since I've had an update on the car. It's pretty much mostly done now. I've just been struggling really hard to get it done in the time that I set for myself. It was a car show on the 18th of March, and I just wanted to make it. So didn't do any filming. I just went straight through and just put my head to the grindstone and just kept on going. So this is what I'm at right now. This is what I got. So the first thing you see is I painted it. It was a week's worth of body work and a week's worth of paint and a lot of hand lettering and stuff. Everything was painted by hand. Sprayed the red first, then the silver, then the black. Then I went back and did the teeth and the side graphics. I got rid of the whole windshield idea. I'm gonna do a virtual windshield, and there's a little piece of plexiglass gonna go on the passenger side for a windscreen, but I'll have helmets for the passengers of the car anyway. These are the seats that we didn't finish in time before the car show, but when I stripped all the stuff off of them because they were just ugly purple, I tried dyeing them. That didn't work. Dyed them, washed them, and then all the dye came out because they were tweed. Tweed does not accept dye very well at all, and it looked like I hadn't even done anything to it. Tried spray dye, that didn't really look like crap. So I stripped all the stuff off of them to reupholster them. Have somebody reupholstering the seats right now, but they didn't get them done in time. Had some equipment issues. Everything on the engine itself is done. It's all wired up, hooked up. I got fuel in the car. The brakes have been bled, although I still have air in the line, so I'm going to bleed them again before I can run it. I'm not sure the pattern for the shifter. I'm pretty sure that's wrong because that shifter's for a Chevrolet, but I'm pretty sure I can fix it based off of where it's attached on the transmission. I can flip the thing around. Turbo's ready to go. All the stuff's in there for that. I have the battery thing charging the battery. Got a master switch here behind the seat. I wired in the start button next to steering column right there, and then I got the dash, digital display dash, which you can see right there. Pretty simple build. It's got the air ride controls in the center there. Built that little piece for it. And what else I messed out on? I redid the welds on this. I ground them down really far, and then went back and I welded them in deep. And then that way, when I ground it off, it would be nice and smooth. Eventually, I got these so they can disconnect, so I can send these out and get them chrome plated. Because eventually, the car is going to be blue with white stripes. And then I want these to be chrome once the seats are redone and stuff. I'm going to Raptor line the whole interior area except for the dash, like the floor and the center console and this panel here. And then the inside of the doors are going to be Raptor lined. I already have the stuff to do it. I just haven't got around to doing it yet. Let's see. I need to wrap there's a lot of stuff I need to take apart and like finish. Like I need to wrap all the exhaust pipes and everything. I got heat wrap for it. I got a heat blanket for the turbo, the hot side. Got a fuel rip pressure regulator now. Still got stock injectors, so it's good for 275 horsepower. I need to change the wastegate and the blow-off valve springs. They're set way too high right now. I think the wastegate is set for 15, which will blow this motor up. And then I think it might be the same for the blow-off valve. So I'm going to switch those out to the lowest wastegate springs. I think it's a 5 pound on each. Let's see, the transmission is not wired. So it's connected via the shifter cable, but that's about it. I have the 2 plugs with all the wires coming out of it. And I have a wiring diagram for the whole car. Well, for the Lincoln engine and transmission anyway. I still need to go through it and figure out how that's going to work. If it'll work without doing all that stuff, just to get it going, I'll do that first. But for right now, I think it's better just to leave it disconnected for now. Wired in a starter solenoid, goes down to the starter. When I flip the switch on here, I get power for the dash, and then I get my red start button, and then the air compressor comes on for the air ride, which is all under the dash. Issue with this screen. So when I was at the car show, I noticed that you can't even see the screen when the sun's shining on it. It's terrible. So I'm going to have to make a bracket that pushes it inside so it's shaded. So that whole thing right there is going to be recessed in. may look a little weird, but it's from necessity, since I'm not running an actual foam dash pad or anything to shade it a little bit. Or maybe I can make something that will shade this right here so I can see it better when I'm driving it. I finished the hole. Let me cut this off here. So the air ride's missing. I was welding something in the engine compartment, and then I inadvertently burnt through one of the air lines underneath the dash. So I'm waiting on a push lock to fix that piece that I cut out. And in the front we have the Durali fan and Kaiser radiator, really big radiator. I made this duct right here to get the air out. I wanted it to kind of come back further and slope back more, but with the fuel tank actually touches the back of this right there, so that's that was an issue. So I had to just stick it with this one, which did it on basically a 45. Got all the bolts and everything for the front end. Found all the hardware for that. I actually bought hardware twice. I didn't realize it, but I want to duct that side pieces in for the radiator eventually. That's a later on thing, and then make a splitter for the bottom. The car was a big hit for the show. Even for the young people, they all enjoyed the hell out of it. Said my fitment was on point for the air ride, which was cool. Which one of it was leaking at the time because of the burnt through line. It'll be good soon though, probably by tomorrow. Fix that. And today's project is just going to be getting it running. So I need to put it back on the lift and lift it off the ground so that when I do get it running, I'm not sure what gear it's in, and I'm pretty sure the brakes still aren't good enough to hold it in place while I'm starting the car up. So I'm going to pop the cover off the turbo, get it on the lift again, and then we'll go from there. And that's where you guys will pick up.